Today, students, I'd like to go over and review the process on how to review and pull up the ICD-10 CM coding manuals from the CMS website. So these are the online coding manuals for 2017 ICD-10 CM. So each year these are updated in October. So after October of each year, you want to make sure that you always go out to the CMS website and look for the most current year coding manuals. So as far as the ICD-10 CM coding manuals, you'll come to the CMS website. You'll see 2017 ICD-10 CM, and you will want to select the ICD-10 CM code tables and index. So that's the first one that you would want to select. So you'll click that and download it. It will open in a new file. So it's taking it just a moment. Okay, so it has now opened. So it'll open in a file and you'll see all of the different indexes and tables that pulls up. So you'll see that there is a tabular and you want to open up the PDF files. So first let's open up the ICD-10 CM index. So we'll click on that. And it's taking it a moment, so just bear with me. Okay, so you'll see the ICD-10 CM index, and that's the external cause to injuries index. So we'll want to go back because we're actually looking for the ICD-10 CM index to diseases. Okay, so here we are, the ICD-10 CM index to diseases. So you can, there's multiple ways that you can look for things. You'll see that it has abdominalgia. It gives you a cross-reference to see pain, abdominal. You can click on the A's because it's all listed, all of the main terms are listed in alphabetical order. Or you can click Control F and you can type in pain, abdominal, pain. Let's just do pain. It's going to pull up everything related to pain. So you're looking for the main term pain. And remember, main terms are those items that are listed in bold. Another easier way to get there quicker instead of having to go through and click next to continue to find pain in the entire index is you can click the P on the left hand side and then scroll down until you find pain. Okay, so here's pain, abdominal. So you see pain is in bold and then your subterm is abdominal. So R10.9 is the code that you would want to reference in the ICD-10 CM tabular. So next we'll go back and open up the tabular listing. So you see it says ICD-10 CM tabular, so you'll double click on that. I apologize, it's just taking a moment to open. So you'll want to do Control F into R10.9 and hit Next. Now that should take you directly to, if you have the specific code from the index, so here in the index, we pulled pain abdominal R10.9. So we took that code and we did Control F in the tabular. So we switched to the tabular and we did Control F as in find. And we entered in R10.9. I hit next and it took me directly to that code, R10.9, unspecified abdominal pain. So you'll want to make sure that, like if they say right lower quadrant, that you continue to make, till you go into the specific abdominal pain related to abdominal, to other parts of the abdomen. So it says lower abdominal pain, right lower quadrant pain, left lower quadrant pain, or periumbilical pain. So again, you'll want to make sure that you use the more specified code. But that just gives you the information on how to utilize and download the specific ICD-10 CM index to diseases. So you'll note that there is an external cause. So we opened up the external cause. There's a drug table as well. So let's just open up the drug table, or the table of drugs and chemicals. And this is for like adverse reactions or accidental poisonings of like propanol. And provided that you have an accidental poisoning for propanol, then we would reference propanol as the substance. And then you'll notice that there's different columns in this table, and you will reference the poisoning accidental, meaning it was unintentional. And then T513X1 is the code that you would want to copy and then go back to the tabular and reference that specific code in the tabular listing. I just copied it from the table of drugs and chemicals, and then I came back to the tabular and I'm pasting it into the control find feature, and then hit next, and it takes me to that toxic effect of fusel oil accidental. So you'll see that it takes you specifically to that individual code to determine if you have the correct code. So you'll notice that it says toxic effect of propanol to propanol accidental. So you'll want to make sure that, again, you are selecting the correct code based off of the code description that is provided within the documentation. Another table that is listed in ICD-10 CM is the Neoplasm table. So you'll see the ICD-10 CM table of neoplasms, and just say that you had an abdominal cavity neoplasm or malignancy. Then you would want to reference the neoplasm table and follow it along until you get to the abdominal cavity. And note that there are 6 columns here. One is for malignant primary, one is for malignant secondary. If it's described as cancer in situ, then you would go to that specific column in the table. If it is described as benign neoplasm of the abdominal cavity, then you would reference benign. If the documentation states uncertain behavior, then you would want to reference the uncertain behavior column. Same thing for unspecified behavior of the abdominal cavity, then you would reference the unspecified behavior column for whatever specific body site that is being described within your documentation. So that should pretty much cover the different items that are found within. Now, and then, well, there's one other thing. The external cause of injuries index, and you'll get into that later. But if you have a specific fall down the stairs, so let's look for fall on the same level due to slipping. Let's see, let's just find fall. Hang on, we have to go to the specific one. Stairs, okay? And W10.9 is the specific, but if it says fall down the stairs, you'll have to go for either on the same level or from one level to another. If it's a fall off of a step ladder. So again, you would just reference the index, locate the specific code, and then go to the tabular listing and search for that specific code, which was W10.9. And then you would want to see fall, let's see, on or from stairs and steps, and look at, was it on an escalator? Was it a sidewalk curb? Was it described as an incline? Was it unspecified stairs and steps? Or was it other specified stairs and steps, like stairs at home? And that is another way to locate those specific codes by referencing the external cause to injuries index, and then locating the specific code and referencing the tabular listing to confirm your final code selection. This will conclude our review of the online ICD-10 CM index and tabular listings via the CMS website. Thank you and have a great day.